Number 10, Smash Summit. Smash Summit 4. Summit 4 made top 10 at the very, very end of the list. There's quite a few reasons why I put Summit 4 in here. I can't really think of any particular case where anyone have won a 4-peat for a tournament series that stacked. I know a lot of people don't consider Summit a super major since it's an invitational, but the competition at Summit is still extremely stacked, and it's like the first time someone have ever pulled off a 4-peat. So for me personally, I always love to put up new goals for myself, often goals that people have not been able to achieve before. And also, I feel like I played very, very solid that tournament overall. Beating HBox 2 sets, 3-0 against Leffen. I beat Shudat very convincingly. And in pools, I beat Lucky in numbers as well. So overall, pretty solid run. But the main reason it's up there is because it was the first 4-peat. As far as I know, at least the modern era for like a really important tournament. And Summit is always amazing. I love Summit. If you live close to Summit, these buy-in tickets, I would say it's if you have the money, it's worth it for sure. It's a great experience, and all of the buy-ins in the past also have talked extremely highly about Smash Summit. 9th place is going to be Apex 2013. Apex 2013 was my last super major win before like the esport era of Melee. I had a long streak going on, starting with like Genesis 2, Apex 2012, and then Apex 2013. A big reason why I have Apex 2013 over Apex 2012 was partly because, like, at the time, despite winning 2 super majors already with Genesis 2 and Apex 2012, and also winning Smashers Reunion in Norway over PP, it was still some people skeptical about whether I was number 1 in the world or not. While this win clearly, it killed any doubts that some people might have had at the time. And also before Apex 2013, I decided that that was going to be my last tournament before retirement. Obviously, I came back after retirement, after a year-ish. But at the time, I had no plans whatsoever to come back to Melee. So I really wanted to finish off on a good note. So even though my fire at the time, it was about to die, I was still very proud of myself for managing to pull through at Apex 2013, because I felt like my practice, my motivation, all of that was like, it was not as high. It's still like, even if you're not as motivated, getting the win still feels pretty good. Pretty much, I wanted to finish off on a good note, which I did. So I was very happy about that. So Apex 2013 takes 9th place. After that, maybe a surprise for a lot of people, but I do have DreamHack Winter. DreamHack Winter in 2016. This win also pretty important for multiple reasons. So DreamHack Winter was like the second last important tournament for 2016. And me and HBox, and partly Mango as well, it was kind of like undecided who was going to get number 1 rank for 2016. After I won Canada Cup and Smash Summit, Smash Summit 3, it was clearly looking like me, but DreamHack Winter was the one tournament that pretty much decided the fact that I was going to be number 1 for 2016, unless I really performed badly at GGC. So this win alone basically meant that 2016 was my year. So I was very happy about that. Since I was ranked number 1 in 2015, I wanted to keep that rank for 2016 as well. Some other additional facts to this is also that I lost DreamHack Winter 2015 to HBox, and I have never won a tournament this close to a super major in Europe. Like Beast, obviously a lot of fun, stacked tournaments. But we still had 4 top 6 members at DreamHack Winter. We have HBox, we had Mango, we had Leffen, and we had myself. So it's among, like, outside of DreamHack Winter 2015, it's like the most stacked tournament we've ever had in Europe. And I also lost to HBox at 2015, so I wanted to have my revenge against him. And then it also felt amazing to win in front of the Swedish crowd. Andrew was there, obviously, and Yolas was there, my girlfriend, and a lot of my friends as well. So DreamHack Winter, it was a really good win for multiple reasons. Number 7 on the list is Summit 2. Summit 2, so this was early 2016. I came off from a hot win on Genesis 3, and after that I didn't go back to the US for a while, and next time I came back was for Battle of the Five Gods, where I placed 3rd behind both Mango and HBox that won the tournament. So since I wasn't really like super active in the US during this time period, it was a lot of people that wondered if HBox or if I was number 1 in the world. And it was kind of like agreed upon by a lot of people that whoever wins Summit between me and HBox, assuming that one of us actually wins, is for now going to have the number 1 rank. And I lost to a Mewtwo King in Winter Semis. I got kind of destroyed that set, 3-0. And I remember I was pretty mad about my own play in that set. So I was pretty mad and disappointed in myself. And losing in semis, never fun. You always need to like beat a lot of good players to manage to win the tournament. I remember I played against Shroomed. I got to play against Mango, and then rematch against Mewtwo King, and then 2 sets against HBox. So Shroomed, and then 4 sets back-to-back against top 6 members. So it was probably one of the best losers, no, actually the best losers run I probably ever had. I'm not really that often going down to losers early. So I was very proud of the fact that I managed to take 4 sets back-to-back against top 6 members. And also, since it was so much on the line, in terms of me or HBox being ranked as number 1 at the moment. And then, of course, it was also my 2nd Smash Summit in a row, so that added to it as well. But it's partly because of the great losers run, and also partly because the stacks were very high at the time. And if HBox beat me that tournament, it would have been pretty clear-cut that at the time he was number 1 in the world. So I was not ready to let go of it quite yet. After that, this is a tournament a lot of people probably have not heard about. SMAC. I think it stands for Smash Attack. It was a tournament in Germany in 2009. This was a few months before Genesis 1. This was my first major victory in Europe. I honestly didn't even have that many tournament wins, period, prior to this one. But this was my first European major win. And the thing is, going into this tournament, I had not been competing outside of like Sweden, Norway, for more than a year when I lost to Captain Jack twice at Ipita Smash Arena 2, which was in February 2008, and this was in April 2009. So a lot of the players like Amsa, Adam, among others, I hadn't seen them for more than a year. So it was very, like, no one really knew where everyone was standing at the moment. And I remember I got to play against Sigetto in winners finals, and I actually lost to him 4-2. We played best of 7 back then, by the way. So I lost to Shigeru 4-2 in winners finals, and he also beat Amsa in winners semis. And I think actually until Leffen beat me, that was the last European that took a set of me. So yeah, I lost to Shigeru 4-2. A little bit disappointed. I hadn't seen Shigeru for a year, so obviously it was a long time. But at the time, like Ipita too, I was like pretty clear cut, considered a better player than him. So losing to him was a little bit disappointing, even though obviously he's hella good. So I had to go down to loser finals and play against Amsa, and I hadn't played Amsa since Ross 4, which was my breakout tournament in Europe in the summer of 2007. And Amsa at the time was considered by far the best player in Europe. I managed to take him to Game 5. I was even up 1-0 and 2-1, but I barely lost last hit in Game 5. So this rematch against Amsa, I'd been waiting for it for about almost 2 years. So I was really motivated to play Amsa. A little bit disappointing, he was like kind of out of shape. Like his smarts were still there, but you could still notice on like his tech skill and execution that he was not the most prepared for the tournament. Maybe because he had been the best in Europe for so long that he started slacking for a bit, and also that majors were not really happening much the year prior. But I managed to beat Amsa 4-0, and then I get my revenge against Shigeru and beat him 8-0 in grand finals. So I lose to Shigeru, and then I take 12 matches in a row. So even though it was like not the most close tournament in the end, the reason why I put it so highly is because it was my first major victory. And it was like winning that tournament, I knew I was the best in Europe. And it was like a week or two after that, I managed to win ESA 3, not dropping a single game. And that was a really stacked tournament with Amsa, Shigeru, Straw Hat, Over, Adam, Poilon, Makenshi, among others. So even though Smack was like my first win, like I'm the best in Europe, Ipita was like when everyone knew absolutely for sure. But I do put Smack up here since it was my first major victory. So that it's always going to be a bit special when it's your first major victory.